Hey everyone, what is going on? So we're doing some more Go Battle League battles, and these are my battles. So I changed my team around a little. You know how I was using Stunfisk. Well, I gotta be honest with you. I've been encountering a lot of Meganium leads, some Shift Tree leads, but mostly Meganium. Even Tropius, so I decided to switch up my team using Hypno this time, and I currently have Thunder Punch and Ice Punch on it. Shadow Ball is obviously a good option as well, but I like this moveset. I love hitting the Zoomail with Thunder Punch. I love hitting Ice Punch against like the Altaria or the grass types, right? So it's been working out for me. So basically how I like to use Hypno against an Zoomail, I generally shield the first attack. And then I'm able to feint down the Zoomail just fine. He did shield it as well, switching into that Umbreon. So I do pull the switch into my Zoomail. So this is obviously a good matchup for Zoomail. It's not as good as it would be if I had Play Rough, but it's still a good matchup that Zoomail generally wins. So we're just going to go ahead and go straight for the Hydro Pump. Not really expecting his last shield right now, and he does decide to give it up, so that's good for me. So we do take his shield, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay even with losing this matchup now because we took both of his shields, and I still have one as well. So just going for another Hydro Pump. I'm just going to continue to allow him to use Last Resort against me. So going to go ahead and use Last Resort, and then he switches into his own Zoomail, which was a really good play on his end to be able to knock out mine. So nice play. I wasn't able to use the energy I had stored up. I decided not to shield. So I bring in my Hypno. I guess I probably could have farmed down with Confusion, but I didn't want him to get off like an Ice Beam or something. So I do click on that Thunder Punch, and then I switch immediately into Toxicroak because I know the Umbreon's coming in. And I do allow this attack to go through because the Last Resort will do a lot, but we're still able to take it. And I am charging up a little bit extra. I do go for the Mud Bomb again because I did not want him to get off another Last Resort. I don't feel like I could have farmed him down. So we do knock that out. In comes the Toxicroak, and thankfully we saved that last shield because we're definitely going to be able to win this. A Flash Cannon at this range easily will be able to knock us out easily. So he decides to back out, and we do go ahead and pick that one up. But I only use this team with one set, so I definitely want to try it out some more. But I haven't really been playing Go Battle League much in the last couple of days, I gotta be honest with you, because there's been a significant amount of lag. I think that's why they delayed Season 2, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if it was a lag in which they decided to delay it. I don't really know why they decided to delay it, but I'm assuming it's a lag. But either way, we have the Alolan Raichu lead, and my opponent is going to bail, probably thinking that I have Shadow Ball. So that was a good play because obviously he doesn't know that I don't have Shadow Ball. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Thunder Punch. This will be super effective against the Skarmory, so that's definitely good for me. He will get off a Sky Attack. I believe it's going to be a Sky Attack. It is, so going to be able to take that. We can't really take another Sky Attack though, so I am going to go ahead and go for my Thunder Punch. I don't think this is enough to knock out the Skarmory. Let's find out. It is not, so he looks like he's going to go ahead and go for that charge attack, another Sky Attack. I am going to opt to shield this because I want to be able to get to another Thunder Punch, and we do get to it. So we're either going to threaten his last shield or knock out the Skarmory, and he does allow Skarmory to go down, so we do win the lead. In comes the Zoomail, so just charging up a little bit of energy. And I'm like, okay, I decided to bring in my Zoomail, hoping that his Zoomail does not have Play Rough, so he switches and I switch as well. And he's going to go ahead and go for a charge attack. I allow it to go through. It's going to be a Grass Knot, which honestly surprised me. I'm assuming he has Thunder Punch and Grass Knot. Thunder Punch is the way you would want to go. I mean, I resist Grass Knot. So, you know, we're going to go ahead and pick up that final shield. And I do decide to shield this because I want to get to another Mud Bomb. Now, it is Thunder Punch, and we do get to that Mud Bomb, and this is going to be able to knock out the Alolan Raichu. So we go for the Mud Bomb, and as you can see, Alolan Raichu does collapse. In comes Zoomail, and I want to get to the Sludge Bomb. We can't even get to the Mud Bomb, so not going to happen. I bring in my Zoomail, so now it's in the Zoomail mirror match. He will get off a Hydro Pump, which obviously tells me he does not have Play Rough, which is good. So I'm going to go ahead and go for my Hydro Pump. This is going to be a close game, but we, I believe, are up in energy, so we should be good. It looks like we just need maybe a couple more bubbles and then a Hydro Pump to be able to knock out that Zoomail. So he does go for his Hydro Cannon, and I just want to get to one more Hydro Cannon. Can I get to it? Can I get to it? We can get to it, and this should be enough to seal the game. So we do go ahead and get off that Hydro Cannon, and the opposing Zoomail does collapse, and we do go ahead and win that game. So really fun game, really good game. But yeah, as I said, I like running the Ice Punch and Thunder Punch on Hypno. Because I think a lot of people do expect Shadow Ball. That's why if they have the Deoxys, if they have the Raichu, they'll either switch or they'll shield. So definitely charge up enough for a Shadow Ball if you, and then bluff with the Thunder Punch or Ice Punch, right? So yeah, jumping into the next round, going up against a ranked 9, totally cool. So it's going to be in the Zoomail match, and I am just going to play it like I always play it. I'm going to shield the first attack, because generally speaking, from what I can tell, as long as that Zoomail has the Hydro Pump, they will go for it on the first attack, because my Hypno, it's tanky enough to take a Hydro Pump, so they might not expect you to shield right away. So I am going to go ahead and shield. If they don't have Hydro Pump, they might not go for, as you can see, he goes for Ice Beam. So that kind of tells me that he might not have Hydro Pump, although it could also be a bluff. So obviously I don't know for sure, and I believe in this situation it was a bluff. I'm going to go ahead and shield this one, so I do commit both shields. It's going to be a play rough, so as you can see, it's not a bluff, obviously. Well, it may have been a bluff, I guess not. I mean, he doesn't have Hydro Pump, so, you know, that's good to know. But either way, we do knock out the Zoomail. In comes Whiscash. Okay, so Whiscash is going to come in. We're trying to get to an Ice Punch, unfortunately not able to do so, so his Whiscash will get to a charge attack. Going to be a Mud Bomb, so we're going to be able to take that, and we do get to an Ice Punch, but he wins the CMP tie. Unfortunately, he's going to knock us out before we got to that Ice Punch, so that's really unfortunate. I mean, we were there, just not able to commit. So I bring in my Zoomail, and the Zoomail definitely going to be able to win this match, I believe. Although he bails, and I bail immediately, and unfortunately it was Skarmory in the back. I was hoping, obviously, for like a Registeel, so this is not a good situation for us. However, you know, the count is still added up a little bit, but still, obviously, we're not in a good situation because he still has a shield as well. So we do go for the Hydro Pump, and he unfortunately shields, so that's not good for us. I could have baited. I guess I should have. I wasn't sure if he was going to shield, but it makes sense to shield because our Zoomail would have been able to beat that Whiscash in the back, so I should have bluffed that. But nonetheless, we do get to another Hydro Pump. And does this knock it out? Let's find out. It is going to be enough to knock out that Skarmory. In comes the Whiscash. And yeah, we're going to be able to take this Mud Bomb, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to take another one, and he's going to be able to get to one before we can get to an Ice Beam. So even if I did bluff the Ice Beam against Skarmory, I'm not sure that it would have mattered. Maybe it would have. It's kind of difficult to say at this point, but either way, we do go ahead and lose that one, so really well played on my opponent's end. So we're going to jump into another game, again leading with the Hypno, having the Zoomail and Toxicroak in the back. And yeah, Hypno, pretty good lead, pretty solid lead. I mean, we've seen it plenty of times before. I do really enjoy this Pokemon, and it's definitely a lot of fun to use. So just waiting on my opponent. Let's see. Should be getting that match. Taking a little bit of time to find the match. Okay, here we go. We're going up against, what is that, Johnny? It's hard to see. Johnny Land? It's hard to see. But either way, it looks like Johnny. We're going up against Johnny, so I'm using my Hypno against the Zoomail, so I'll definitely take this matchup. So let's see. I am going to go ahead and charge out for a Thunder Punch. I'm continuing to go. He does get off a charge attack. Totally fine. I will go ahead and use a shield. Let's see if it's the Hydro Pump. It is. So we do protect ourselves from taking that massive amount of damage. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Thunder Punch of my own. And this is going to do some pretty good neutral damage. We are going to get off another one and should be able to feint that Zoomail down with Confusions. If this goes through, it does. So just trying to get off Confusions, and we do knock out the Zoomail. So let's see what comes in. It is going to be a Shift Tree. Okay, so we do have that Ice Punch, so obviously we're going to go ahead and go for Ice Punch, which will be super effective. Let's see if he decides to shield. He does, not wanting to take an Ice Punch, and probably going to go ahead and go for a charge attack, obviously. So let's see what he decides to go for. He goes for Foul Play, which will easily knock out my Hypno. I believe Leaf Blade would have been enough as well. I could be wrong, but I think so. But we bring in Toxicroak, and we're just going to go to town against the Shift Tree. We're going to be taking some pretty decent damage from Leaf Blade, switching into Altaria. So I'm going to bail into my Zoomail. So definitely favorable for me. We have to get to this Ice Beam. we're going to be able to take these sky attacks. We could take a few sky attacks before we faint, so we could definitely take it. Charging up a little bit of extra energy and going for the Ice Beam. So let's see if this goes unshielded. It does not, so he does go ahead and commit that last shield, so definitely good for us. So we're going to be able to take another sky attack. I believe I charge up extra energy as well because I want to try and get to an Ice Beam against that Shift Tree. So yeah, as you can see, we're charging up extra energy. Not enough for another Ice Beam, but I did go ahead and use this Ice Beam because I didn't want him to get to another sky attack. That will knock out the Altaria. In comes Shift Tree. Okay, so we're not able to get to another Ice Beam. Totally fine. He does have a Leaf Blade ready to go, which will knock me out. But we have this Toxicroak, which can just faint down with counters. So, really well played on my opponent's end. Great game. Thank you for battling. I really do appreciate it. So, we're going to jump into the final game, Game 5. So, I did go 4-1 in this set. Again, I have to use this team more. I only used it once. So, we'll definitely be trying it out some more. Not like a unique, super unique team, right? I mean, these are all meta Pokemon, even the Hypno. I guess Hypno is the most unique out of the three, but it's still really not a unique Pokemon, but it's a good one. So we're leading with Hypno against Mawile. Okay, so Mawile, if it has Bite, will be doing a lot, but most Mawile have Fire Fang, excuse me. As you can see, this one has Fire Fang, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Thunder Punch. And this is going to do some pretty good damage to the Mawile that is not a Shadow variant. It's a regular Mawile. So Mawile will go ahead and get off a charge attack. Going to be a Power Punch as expected. So I'm able to take it. Although that Mawile does boost its attack. And we do get to another Thunder Punch. So let's see if he decides to commit both shields on this Mawile. He does. So definitely favorable for us because we take both shields. We know this is going to be Power Punch, excuse me. Not enough for a Play Rough. So we're trying to get to another Thunder Punch. I mean, the Fire Fangs are continuing to be boosted, but we do get to the Thunder Punch. That is going to do some pretty good damage. And he does faint us first, but we took both of his shields. So I'd say that's worth losing the lead for, right? Taking both shields. So I bring in my Zoomail. And going for that Power Punch, totally fine. We do feint that Mawile with Bubble. In comes Victreebel. So when I saw Victreebel, this is a Shadow Victreebel. Like, oh no. So he actually bails on the Ice Beam. So that was a good play. However, I actually don't mind the Ice Beam going into this Altaria. So that's actually really good. Keep in mind, I still have 2 shields. However, Victreebel does not care about shields at all because that Razor Leaf, especially the Shadow variant, doing tremendous amount of damage. I really want to use a Shadow Victreebel of my own. So I switch into my Toxicroak. And so we're going to have to commit a shield. So I shouldn't say it doesn't care about shields because we're able to get off a shield. Going to be an Acid Spray, so that was a nice play. Just absolutely eating my Toxicroak. But we go for the Sludge Bomb and knock him out. So we're going to be able to take that one. I definitely, as I said, want to use a Shadow Victreebel because it is really good. So I'll just show you quickly that I did go 4-1 in the set, as you can see. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a good day. Bye.